Great, thank you. Yeah, welcome to the presentation. Just a quick word about me, because we're short on time, but I'm a paid ad specialist, and I've worked with a lot of small companies with their paid ads. I've also worked with large companies too. The most notable, I guess, would be Rick Stein, because I worked with them on one of their Facebook ad campaigns a few years ago, and they spent hundreds of thousands of pounds on Facebook ads, and it was a really interesting experience, and also it did open my eyes a lot to what worked and what didn't work in paid ads. Also, I do currently work with Joseph Seibel, who are a ladies' shoes specialist. They sell ladies' shoes, quite high-end ones, and I work with them on their Meta ads. Very nice shoes, by the way. Also, they do a vegan range, believe it or not. Right, so enough about me. So let's go into the presentation. So as Melanie and Julie did trail this is about organic versus paid ads, because both are important, and both, I think, would be beneficial for creative people, creative types, coaches, etc. So there are many definitions of marketing which you can come across, and they're all correct most of the time. But I thought for this particular presentation, this definition, which isn't mine, but I picked up from someone a few years ago, it was quite fitting. It's marketing is creativity plus maths, because I don't know about you, but maths was probably my worst subject at school. I was pretty rubbish at it, but creativity, I was blooming good at it. And I think you do find that with creative people. I'm not generalizing, but it tends to be that creative people aren't that interested in the maths side of things. And this I want to show you is that, maths plus creativity equals a blooming good marketing campaign. Right. So you have organic content and you have paid ads. So organic content, it builds a community, builds trust, and it's the long game. As it says here, think of it as planting seeds that grow into loyal relationships. Paid ads, on the other hand, they're designed to convert, to get people to take the next step right now. Is very immediate. It's a direct invitation, so you're not messing around. You're getting straight in there with paid ads. Now, organic and paid, one or the other would be a suitable strategy depending on where you are with your business at this particular time. Now, organic content is, it says here, the analogy is like planting flowers in a garden. You plant the seeds, you educate, entertain, and inspire with your organic content. You water consistently your organic content, so you show up every day, same way you would with a garden, I suppose. Reply to comments, answer direct messages, and you build relationships. And with organic content, the harvest isn't overnight, but you do build a genuine trust and loyal community. And a big part of organic content is building and growing a community, because if you don't have a community, you don't have loyal followers, then it's much harder to sell, even if you do have ads. Because if you build trust with your organic content and establish your brand, that will make selling a lot easier. And don't worry if you have 0 social media accounts currently, sorry, uh, if you have 0 followers on your social media accounts, everyone's got to start somewhere. And even the biggest accounts started with 0, but they've built it up over time. As I said before, the 3 pillars of organic content: educate, inspire, and entertain. Usually these are 3 fail-safe ways of building your brand and building your organic content on social media. So if you're an expert on something, don't hide it, give it away. Give it away. You know, I know sometimes it's counterintuitive to kind of give things freely, but it does make you. It does kind of show that you know what you're talking about, and it does give you credibility. Inspire, tell your story, use user-generated content. You know, not just what you say about yourself, but what other people are saying about you and your brand, because it's important that other people are also saying good things about you and you're making a difference to their lives, which is at the end of the day what you want to do with your brand. And also entertain, be human, be relatable, let your personality shine through. Don't be shy of posting photos. You to some degree you have to kind of be more yourself. Don't necessarily, not saying air your dirty washing in public, but do be kind of genuine. Don't be too kind of straight-laced or be too kind of robotic. Be creative, essentially. Let people buy from people. So if you show you're human, that will greatly make people engage with you. So you can build an empire, a business empire. I mean, if someone was, maybe we'll do that one day, on organic content alone. There's 2 here which I picked out of the blue, but these are also, this is just 2 examples of many. There's one called Glossier. They're both US companies. One's called Glossier, and they basically built $1 billion brand almost entirely on user-generated content. Their customers talking about them and just using their customers as a way of selling the brand. Another one called Natural Slim, which they post 3,000 times a month. So I'm not saying you have to do that, but volume is their secret weapon. Their posts aren't perfect, but they do something, because as it says here, people trust people more than they trust logos. Authenticity and transparency are your competitive advantage. So Natural Slim, they post a lot, but they're very organic as well. They have lots of user-generated content, as we call it. And so this is an example of Glossier, their Instagram page. They've got 3.2 million followers on Instagram, and they're posting about their products and posting, what their customers are talking about and what their customers are getting from their products. Natural Slim, I think, should come next. Oh, there you go. Natural Slim, they post a lot, as I've mentioned. They've got nearly 1 million followers and they post shed loads. Their content isn't perfect by any means, but they do post a lot, and they spend hardly any money. I don't think they spend anything at all on paid ads. It was all being built up by organic content. And I know for a fact they turn over millions of dollars per month, I think, in their sales. Now, paid ads, we'll talk about a bit about this. Paid ads are your conversion engine. So as I mentioned before, they get people to take immediate action. They move them off your social media and into your world your mailing list, your course, etc. If you have a course, it's a good way of getting them off social media and onto your membership site, for example. And also it helps to get people interested in your offer, whether it's a lead magnet, for example, or a 10% off your product, that kind of thing. And you've got this quote here: organic builds the relationship, paid ads close the deal. So you build up the trust and the relationship with organic, but the paid ads then will then it's relatively easy then to kind of sell on the back of the relationships and trust that you've built up. So here's the secret sauce behind winning paid ads: high quality creative, a killer funnel, which is if you don't know what a funnel is, it's a sales funnel, strong calls to action, and intelligent return on investment thinking. So this is where the maths comes into play, because you've got to think about, if you're going to spend money on ads, what is your return going to be? Because it's no good just spraying money on ads without thinking about how you're going to make a profit. And that's where the maths comes in, because with organic, it doesn't matter so much, it's free. You're actually, with organic content, you're posting, yes, you are kind of also helping yourself make money, but it's free advertising essentially. These platforms are free: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, etc. When you get into ads, that's where the sales science comes in, the mathematics comes in, the return on investment thinking comes in. Here's an example here: Dollar Shave Club, an American brand. They went from zero to $1 billion exit in 4 years, largely off one paid video ad, which I think we have got lined up, like if my clicker works.
Hi, I'm Mike, founder of DollarShaveClub.com. What is DollarShaveClub.com? Well, for $1 a month, we send high-quality razors right to your door. Yeah, $1. Are the blades any good? No. Our blades are f***ing great. Each razor has stainless steel blades, an aloe vera lubricating strip, and a pivot head. It's so gentle a toddler could use it. And do you like spending $20 a month on brand name razors? 19 go to Roger Federer. I'm good at tennis. And do you think your razor needs a vibrating handle, a flashlight, a back scratcher, and 10 blades? Your handsome-ass grandfather had 1 blade and polio. Looking good, pop up! Stop paying for shave tech you don't need. And stop forgetting to buy your blades every month. Alejandro and I are going to ship them right to you. We're not just selling razors, we're also making new jobs. Alejandro, what were you doing last month?
Not working.
What are you doing now?
Working.
I'm no Vanderbilt, but this train makes hay. So stop forgetting to buy your blades every month and start deciding where you're going to stack all those dollar bills I'm saving you. We are DollarShaveClub.com, and the party is on.
I know karate, I know jiu-jitsu, and drive like a gangster when I'm coming to see you, see you, see you, see you.
So that's the example of a paid ad, but obviously done creatively, and it's also been allied with a great marketing strategy and also a great sales strategy too. Let's move on from that. My clicker will help, will do it.
I think we could do one of those for creators, Melanie, quite easily.
Yeah, I think it'd be great at it. There's a few more. Have I got time to show a few more slides, or?
Yeah, if a couple of minutes.
Oh, yeah, got a couple of minutes, Mike. I'll let you go over by 1 minute.
My slides have. Oh, there you go. Can you see that?
No.
Right. Maybe I need to share the screen again.
I think that could be very helpful.
Yeah, there you go. Back now.
Oh yeah. So on my website, I've got a marketing spend calculator, which will help you work out how much you need to spend on your ads. And I'm not saying you have to spend this amount, but it's a good place to start, because no doubt in this room we've got the creativity, and I just want to add a bit of the maths, because I think that made a big difference to me as well, a bit of a wake-up call when it came to marketing, that it does need to pay for itself. And obviously, if the budget is tight, you need to kind of work out, is it worth spending money on ads, and being strategic on what your what your creativity and your marketing campaign will be. So oh, there you go. So keep in mind, your ad is only half the battle. Your funnel is where the money is. So the front door is, most people obsess over the ad creative. That does matter, but it's just the front door. What happens after someone clicks is where the real revenue lives. And without a funnel, you're paying money to send people to a dead end. There's no end result of your ad campaign. So you have the sales funnel here. A sales funnel is basically a funnel from stranger to client. So people coming through your ads, go to a landing page, maybe download a lead magnet, get linked into your email sequence and booked onto a course, or a paid course, or a discovery call, or something like that. But usually people do follow this sequence, and it's wide at the top. Not everyone will become a customer, but what you do as you go through these different stages is get your prospect more and more warm, and more interested, and more convinced that your service and your product is the one to go for. So you've got awareness with the ad, interest, lead magnet, decision. Your email sequence builds confidence. Give them lots of maybe options, lots of examples of why they should choose you. And then by the time you've done that, it makes it a lot easier for the person to buy from you. So here's an example of, say, a life coach. So maybe Khalid could look at this. Offer a free guide, then a page, then that goes to a page where the enter their email to download a guide, deliver the guide to them, and invite them to a free webinar or call, send them a few emails, and then get them to basically take one of your coaching sessions or join your training program. And also keep in mind, also you can upsell, you can cross-sell, and you can downsell. So you could upsell maybe your coaching package in the funnel and say, oh wait, do you want to go up and go to my VIP package? Or you could cross-sell and add something to the course, or you can downsell. Can't afford that, just go with the light version, basically. But the funnel does the heavy lifting, and your ad just opens the door. And those are examples of calls to action. So make sure that when an ad, there's always got to be a call to action. Make sure there's no doubt at all about what you want the person to do. Do you want them to download something, take a call, join a program, or enter an email? Because if a call to action isn't strong, then you'll throw money down the toilet, basically, when it comes to paid ads. And that's some of the mistakes you make when you don't have a marketing funnel in place, or a weak marketing funnel. So those are basically the advantages of organic versus paid at a glance. So build community trust for organic. It's authentic. Only costs time and consistency. It's great. It's slow burn. Brand builds and builds a personal connection, and it's sustainable, and it compounds over time. Paid ads convert and generate leads. It's more polished, high quality, strategic. Doesn't mean you have to spend billions of pounds on your ad, but usually the ad has to be a bit, better quality. Costs money in terms of advertising budget and creative costs. The results are quicker. Best if you have a promotion, a lead magnet, or want to scale your business, you get to a certain point and you think, oh, I need to grow the business. That's a good time to think about paid ads. And it's obviously dependent upon continued ad spend as well. You have to keep spending money to scale the ad and keep the momentum going. Now, the real magic is combining both. So organic, it builds your audience, earns you trust, and creates community. And paid ads amplify content that generates leads and scales offers. So you can do both. It obviously depends on where your business is right now, but you can do both, and both have their strengths and weaknesses. But when you work together, it's a great team, because if you bring someone into your community from paid ads, that they're more likely to stick around, and therefore the customer value is going to increase. So that if that person that buys from you, and then they become part of your community and keep buying from you, then you will make more money from that person, because they're going to stick around and also tell other people about your product as well. I found that running paid ads without much organic does work, but a strong organic presence does make the job a lot easier in selling when it comes to paid ads. Yes, you can get people to buy, but that extra step of having the organic strong as well is important too, because people do check out your organic presence on Facebook and Instagram before they buy. If they go to your Facebook page or Instagram page and see nothing there and just hear tumbleweeds, then they're less likely to trust you and more likely to kind of think about it. So people do that, these days they do their research. They will check you out online, look at reviews, etc. So keep that in mind. So yeah, so if you want to have a chat about paid ads and organic posts, and want to work out what is best for you, then just give me a shout. And yeah, I've gone over time, but hopefully I've covered the main bits.